So let's look at a refinance and what a refinance is.
Okay.
I just said that you can refinance on an FHA program with 96.5% loan to value. So even if you have even like a sliver of equity, then there's an opportunity for you to qualify.
Cool.
Okay, but you can't have been late too much. I mean, a couple of lates maybe, but it all depends on the credit decision by the bank.
Okay, so let's go back. A basic refinancing. Let's talk about what is a refinance.
A refinance is where you have some equity, you have good credit, you have verifiable income, and you have verifiable assets in the bank.
And you go out and get a new loan.
You go out and you actually pay off the current loan that you have, and then that loan says on your credit report satisfied in full. Okay, you pay that off completely, and then you get a new loan in place with the new loan terms.
And the reason that we're doing that right now is because interest rates are so low.
Are extremely
so for the normal consumer that is considering refinancing, Sean, what's a good percentage point? So say I'm sitting here at 6%, and I think I can get a half-point reduction in my interest rate. Is that beneficial, or does it need to be a point?
You know, in the industry, we typically say anywhere from 0.75% to 1% or more. Usually makes it make sense to do the refinance.
Right.
I mean, obviously, what I do for my clients is I look at the break-even point of all the costs and fees and everything associated with doing the refinance, and then we determine, is this beneficial enough? You know, is your break-even point on the fees, 5 years out, or is it only 2 years out?
Right.
You know, does it make sense to pay points to get a lower interest rate, or can you have enough savings to do what you need to do to not pay points and maybe not incur extra fees? I look at all of that.
Or you can wrap it into the loan.
Right, or you can increase your loan amount if you have enough equity to do that.
And there are some people that do, and so some people do what we call a cash out. They do a refinance and additionally take some cash out, right?
Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
Yeah, there are a couple of different options. Rate and term refinance has their own guidelines, and then to get cash out on a property, they have a whole other set of guidelines. You know, that includes loan to values and credit scores that are required. But what I recommend for any consumer that's trying to save in their monthly payment is to actually talk to a loan officer about their options for refinancing first, and then if that doesn't work, if they're not qualified for that, then we look at a loan modification situation.
I have a question. If I absolutely owe zero on my property today, does it make sense to take a loan out against it?
At these interest rates, I mean, talk to your financial planner, but I would say, heck yes.
Yeah.
I mean, why, and I ask this to my clients all the time too, is if you can leverage your assets at these low interest rates, you have to remember that part of your mortgage interest is tax deductible.
Correct.
Okay, so you get some savings there. But with these low interest rates, how can that money work for you? If you just have that equity, essentially money buried in the backyard.
Right. Because that's what it basically is. Earning zero. It's not doing anything for you. It's sitting there. Could be a depreciating asset, could not. I mean, in most cases, we hope it's an appreciating asset.
In real estate, we're going to hope that it's appreciating. But at the same time, we want to make that money work for you. So when I ask my clients, hey, what's the difference to you between putting down 3.5% for an FHA loan and putting down 10%? I mean, you're still going to have the mortgage insurance. Why would you put that extra money down when you could save it, have money in the bank for reserves in case something happens?
Or invest.
Or invest it. Or, I mean, a lot of first-time home buyers and people who don't have a lot of things for the house, might actually end up spending that money on furniture and different things for the house.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the FHA Streamline refinancing program, and that's pretty exciting for many of us that have done FHA homes purchases.
Yeah.
So you're listening to us on Desert Real Estate.